Hello and welcome to the Daily Gas for July 21st, 2025, called Two Deadly Givens by Philip Newman. Normal Sudoku rules apply. XV, digits and cells separated by a V, must sum to 5. Digits and cells separated by an X must sum to 10. All possible X and V are given. Digits in orthogonally adjacent cells not separated by a letter cannot sum to 5 or 10. So, what does that mean? Well, if we take a look here, there are no X's or V's in the entirety of the puzzle, which means no dominoes throughout the entire grid are allowed to sum to 5, V, the Roman numeral for 5, or X, 10, the Roman numeral for 10. Um, what that means for us here is, for example, this 4, pun not intended, I guess, but this 4 can't have a 1 next to it, because if it did, then that would break, because this does not have a V, and this domino sums to 5. 1 couldn't go next to 9, for example, in this puzzle. So the pairs we have to look out for are 1, 4, and 2, 3. Those are the pairs that sum to 5. And then the pairs that sum to 10 are 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, and 4, 6, where 5 will not go, I guess, 5 has no restriction on it necessarily. Like, yes, you can't put 5 next to 5 because then that would sum to 10, but there's a better reason why that won't work. So, hopefully that made sense. Those are the rules. Let's jump right into it. All right, so I love me a good negative constraint. Um, some people got maybe a little upset. I don't know if that's the right word, but they weren't so happy when I said that negative constraint was my favorite variant at SudokuCon because I did that panel with Kathy and Nell Gwynn, and we were asked what our favorite variant was, and when it came back around to me, because I had to skip the first time, I said negative constraint, and people said that's not a constraint, and I guess that's technically true. It isn't a variant, I should be saying, but anyways, that's a lot of rambling. Um, what are we even going to gain from this? I have no clue. There's so many things we could be considering. We have lots of like symmetrical pairs, like the if I can highlight them, hello, the 7, the 6, the 9, the 8, the the 3 and the 1 and the 4 and the 2. So the fact of the matter is that this is like a rotational pairs type thing, and I expect that there is rotational symmetry in a negative constraint puzzle like this, but I'm not so sure how it's going to play out because if we just do the easy bits, like if we just say, well, we have double 6 here, so let's look down the column. Well, 6 could go here or here. There's no restriction on it. The restriction would be 4, and 4 is already accounted for here. Though, no, no. I was going to say the 6 here, here, right, would play if there was like a 4 here, here, but it's not really what we're after. So maybe the consideration is one of these pairs here, like the 2, right? So 2 can't go here, so now we have a 2 pair there, and then we have a 2 pair here. Does that help us? I I'm struggling to see it. 3 goes in one of these 3 cells. So it goes in one of these 3 cells. I guess one of these 2 cells because 2 blocks the 3. Oh, well then this is kind of a weird bit. So 3 is going to have to go in one of these 2 cells. And we also know that 3 is going to have to go in one of these 4 cells. Which also, I guess, the 3, 7, that's the easy way to restrict it this way. But we didn't know how 3 was restricted here until we actually looked at the remainders. 3 is going to go in one of these 3 cells. So maybe, just maybe, there is a way that I can play with these relationships and find something. if I pencil marked, I expect I'd see something a little bit more quickly. Um, but 4 does the same thing that the 2 does, and the 1 does the same thing, where 1 will go here. Four, 9. Hmm. Philip, Philip, Philip. What have you done here? Oh my goodness. It's very hard to analyze, at least for me. I don't mean necessarily in general. Some of you might say, even without pencil marking, you just look and you say, ah, well, obviously, this has to be the one. I don't know. I'm just making things up. Um, See, I want to just place 5 in the center, and then we just get 4, here, and then we'd get 1 here, and then 2 here, and then 3 here. Um, because what we're really left with right now is we have 5 across here. Um, if 5 went here, for example, then this would be 2 in the center, but the rest would still work out, right? We'd put 4 here, 1 here. Oh, no, wait a second. That's what it is. Oh, Philip. I'm sorry. This is so elegant, and I don't know why I didn't think about it at all. Um, the second you place any digit that isn't one, or that is 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the center, it immediately doesn't allow the other pair. It does have to be 5 in the center. We do automatically get 4, 1, 2, and 3 here, and no fancy tricks needed. That is just clean solving. We get a 4, 9 there. We get a 2, 7 here. 4, 9 here leaves us with 9, 3, 8. Aha. And now that we've restricted this to being 4, 9, we get 8, 3 here. The 1, 6. 4, 9. Well, we can do the math on the other side, right? 1, I guess, don't even need the negative constraint here. 1 and 6 get left over on this side. Again, seeing that rotational symmetry. Um, didn't I say, oh my goodness, didn't I say like, oh, you're gonna place 1 here? And like, I, folks, sometimes I do some really smart stuff in the stupidest frickin' way. Um, oh my. Okay. So I'm just like, I can't even explain it. What can we do with this now? So there's got to be something, right? We've had our eureka moment. Um, but the 1649, right? We've pretty well isolated those pairs from what could conflict with them. Oh, and now, hello. Let's consider what we were looking at before, right? 4, so 2 does the same thing over here. 2, 4, and then 7 and 9. Not sure where that's going to go. 7, 9. Hmm. Oh, well, 1 is going to go in one of these two cells, which means 9 can't go in one of these two cells. This has to be the 9, which makes this the 1, because let's just go back here, right? 1 goes in one of these two cells. If 1 went here, that would block 9 from here, and even worse, if 1 went here, it would block 9 from both these cells. So we know that 9 has to go here because 1 is going to end up there. In the same vein with the 3, 7, we get the 7 here, and the 3 ends up here because if we just use our Sudoku and our XV constraint, we end up there. Then 5, 8. Okay, 8, 6, 5, 9. 5, 9 is not restricted in any way, and neither is 5, 7, which I guess is kind of what we expected. But now this 1, because we were looking at the 1 here, now we actually get the 1, and yeah, in the same way, 3 ends up over here. Then 3 here, places 3 here, right? Because we get 3 in these two cells and then 3 in these two cells, so we get that pointing set again. So that gets us the 3 here. The same exact logic applies with the 1. We get the 1, and the 1 ends up here. Then we've almost completed our Fist-and-Fell ring. I was looking at 6s for some reason. 6, 9, 4, and 8. It's too many options. Ah, it isn't. 6, 9, 6, 9, 4, 8. 6, 9 can't go here, and neither can 4 because of the 1. So this is 8. 4 can't go here or here, so this is 4. I guess that was just, I could have just looked at the 4s there, but 6, 9, 1 gives us 6, and we get 9 here. 9 gives us 9, gives us 5, and theoretically, we should be able to apply pretty similar logic. If you look where 7 can go in the column here, wait. Not 7. 9. No. Wait, what am I trying to say? 6. Because the 1 here restricted the 4. Oh, the 3 restricts the 2. Hello. 2 and 2, we get 2 here. The 6, 8, and something, 6, 8, and 7, right? 6. What did I even do? I'm like 8, 7, 6. There we go. I clearly I'm completely lost here. And then the 7, of course, is now restricted. 8, 7, 7, 5. Don't mind me, folks. It took me a while to even break into this thing, but it was a very beautiful break-in. I cannot lie. Then 2, 6, 7. I was hoping 6 could be a little bit more helpful, but it is not. So where's the restriction that we need? 3, 8 here. What is the missing piece? 1 between these two cells doesn't affect 4 or 9 in any way and cannot impact other boxes. 4. There we go. 4. I was looking at the 1, but I guess the 6 does the same thing. We get 4 here. 2, very similarly, gets restricted over here. 4 now, if we stare down, can't go here. Oh, and it can't go here by Sudoku, so 4 must go there, which gives us 4 in the center there, and we get 4 there. And that is all of our 4s. Theoretically, 2 can do something similar. If we look at the right place, 2 can't be next to 3, we get 2 there. 2 across gets us 2 here, and we get 2 there. Can we finish out the 1s? Not quite still. 1, 6, but 7, so we know where it goes, right? Oh yeah, of course, because this was the 2, 7, this was the 4, 9 pair. How could I forget? Then the 9, which already was restricted from here, it is 5, 9, or 5, 7, 9, there we go. And 5, 7 gives us 9. 9, we get 7 here. 9 gives us 7, and, no, not 7, sorry, 8. 8, and 8 gives us 6. Then the pair here, 5, 7. All right, 7 needs 3, so it has to be something else. It has to be something with the 5 here, 5, 1. And, oh, wait, so 5, 1, so 5, 1, 7, 8. Oh, and 8 here. Sorry, I don't know. It did say two. It did say 2 deadly givens, and I guess that's I shouldn't be expecting a deadly pattern, but my brain just wasn't seeing it. 1 and 6. I guess the other way would have been to look at the 8 in this box. That would have been a little easier, a little less of a hassle. The 3 gets the 3 here. We have the 5, the 9, and the 9 and the 6, and we are finally done in 15 minutes and 29 seconds with 2 deadly givens by Philip Newman. So, hopefully you enjoyed, and as always, thank you for watching.